In this video, I am wearing a really cool holiday Deadpool shirt, thanks to my girlfriend, shout out to her, and I'm going over my top 10 books that I acquired in 2020. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down my top 10 books that I acquired in the past year, 2020. But before I do that, please take a moment, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Before we get into the top 10, there's always an honorable mentions list that I feel like anytime you're going with a top 10 list of any sort. So I have one book here that I want to share as my honorable mention, and that goes to Ms. Marvel issue number 18, first full appearance of Mystique. Really excited to have this one in the collection now. Big shout out to Mercy Collectibles over on Instagram. Good friend of mine, Andres, over in Sweden. Thank you so much. He A-okayed this book to me. And even really cooler thing on about this book is that there's a Mark Jewelers variant inside. So big shout out to Mercy. Thank you so much for this act of kindness. Thank you, brother. Kicking off the list at number 10, we are going with X-Men 266, first full appearance of Gambit. And was lucky enough to find it in a 9.6 white pages over at Elite Comics on Instagram. Shout out to them. Love this book, and I'm so happy to have it in the PC now. X-Men 266. Next one up, number 9, we are going with Ultimate Fallout, number 4, first Miles Morales. This book just completely blew up in the middle of the year, and I was lucky enough to get it before the blow up. And for a 9.4, under $100, can't beat that nowadays. So really excited to have this. Can't wait to see where this character goes. Ultimate Fallout, number 4. Coming in at number 8, we are going with X-Men issue number 14, first full appearance of the pink and purple robots, the Sentinels. And the cool thing about this, I actually got this as an A-OK from a good friend of mine, Dave, aka Omni Dude over on Instagram. Dave, bro, thank you so much for all the books that you gave me. This was just one of the many, and had to put this up on my top 10. So thank you, brother. X-Men issue number 14. All right, coming in at number 7, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 50, and I got it for at a 2.5 off-white to white pages, and first appearance of Kingpin. Kingpin being one of my favorite villains, especially all the tie-ins with Daredevil, and of course the beautiful cover from John Romita. Cannot beat that at all. So issue number 50 from Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, speaking of Daredevil, coming in at number 6, we have Daredevil issue number 2. The second appearance of Electro, and this is where Electro fights Daredevil for the first time. And this is just another classic cover. Love the brightness on this thing. Got this over at Paradise Comics on Instagram, so shout out to them for the great deal and a great book for my collection. Getting so close to finishing up that Daredevil early issue stuff, trying to collect everything. So Daredevil issue number 2. We are halfway there, and kicking it off at number 5, we've got Fantastic Four issue number 49, first full appearance of Galactus. Don't really need to say much more about this book. This is just such an iconic cover and a great story, and I really hope that they at some point bring Galactus into the MCU films. That would just be absolutely amazing. Either way, can't get enough of this cover. Fantastic Four issue number 49. Number 4 on the list, we are going with Uncanny X-Men issue number 129. This bad boy kicks off the Dark Phoenix saga. It also has the first appearance of Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde, and I happen to get this one signed by Chris Claremont earlier this summer. Came back as an 8.5 with the new X-Men CGC label. Big shout out to Otto over at 3 Men in a Basement for hooking me up with the raw copy of this. He called it, he thought it was about an 8.0, came back as an 8.5 after getting pressed and clean. So thank you so much, brother. Uncanny X-Men issue 129. All right, guys, down to our top 3, and couldn't go without adding this in there. Of course, you know I'm going to put this up. The first appearance of Juggernaut, X-Men number 12. Got this earlier in the year that I actually won in a raffle. And it's a 4.5. And speaking of Otto, this was actually his book that he put up for a raffle. So it's pretty cool. I know I just mentioned him from 3 Men in a Basement, but this actually used to be his book. So that's the second book on the list from him. So thank you so much for that. I got super lucky with this thing, winning this book. So yeah, can't beat it. X-Men number 12. All right, we got two more books to go, and coming in at number 2, I had to include this as a very top notch. I mean, it was so close to being number 1. This is X-Men 94. This is the very first kickoff to Claremont's epic run that I'm just obsessed with. I know Giant Size X-Men technically was also the very first issue, and Claremont did have some things with that, but this is the key issue that got me into the series, and very tempted to send this in because I know Claremont is doing a signing coming up soon. But man, do I love this series so much. You guys already know I do the show with John. John's Comics with Kids every Tuesday at 9 Eastern, so if you guys get a chance, swing by. But issue 94 right here is what really kicks it off. Gil Kane doing the cover, and just some amazing stuff right here. So X-Men 94. And last but not least, we had to go with a really big book for number 1. And of course it works out because it's issue number 1 of X-Men, the original series, and it is signed by Stan the Man Lee, coming in at a 2.5 grade. I can't believe, to this day, still can't believe that I have this in my collection. This is a PC book for sure. It is not going anywhere for a long, long time. I can't wait for X-Men to get back into the MCU. It is going to happen at some point. And I just, again, can't believe I own this book. This is another book that I won in a raffle earlier this year. And signed by Stan the Man Lee. It's like crazy, just crazy. So yeah, here's my number 1 book, X-Men number 1. All right, guys, there you have it. There are my top 10 books that I've acquired in 2020. I would love to hear a little bit about what you guys acquired in 2020. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your biggest book was of the year that you acquired. Would love to know. And otherwise, like I said before, take a moment, like the channel, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're wrapping up 2020, so looking forward to 2021. Looking forward to getting to know more of the comic book community. Big shout out to everybody who's been there to support me, my channel, Instagram, and just all the amazing people that I've met over the past couple of years. You guys are all the best. Yeah, so have a happy new year, happy and healthy one, and I'll see you in 2021.